Imagine standing on another world watching its sun disappear. The sky darkens, shadows stretch, and an alien silence creeps in. That's a solar eclipse, one of the most dramatic cosmic events you can witness. On Earth, it feels otherworldly enough. But what if you could see an eclipse on every planet in our solar system? The truth is, each world experiences it differently. Some are terrifying, some are beautiful beyond imagination, and some can't happen at all. Let's take the journey. On Mercury, the closest planet to the sun, the story begins. Mercury has no moons, which means no eclipses the way we know them. But stand on its scorched surface, and you'd witness something stranger. The sun growing huge and distorted in the thin sky, rising and setting in bizarre patterns thanks to Mercury's odd rotation. Not a true eclipse, but a solar show unlike anything on Earth. Next is Venus, wrapped in thick yellow clouds. Venus also has no moons, so you wouldn't see a moon crossing its sun. But imagine this. The atmosphere itself dims and glows, filtering sunlight in eerie orange hues. On Venus, the planet itself is the eclipse, smothering you in endless twilight beneath a suffocating sky. Now we leap to Earth, our home. Here the eclipse is perfect. Our moon is just the right size to cover the sun exactly, giving us those breathtaking moments of total darkness where stars appear in the daytime. It's a cosmic coincidence, and Earth may be the only place in the solar system where this kind of perfect eclipse happens. On Mars, things get interesting. Mars has two small moons, Phobos and Deimos. They're too tiny to block the whole sun, but Phobos can cross in front of it, creating a partial eclipse or a solar transit. To a Martian explorer, it would look like a dark, potato-shaped shadow racing across the sun, brief but haunting. Deimos is too small and too far. It just looks like a tiny dot sliding by. Not as dramatic as Earth, but eerie in its own way. Now let's head to the giants. On Jupiter, you've got 4 big moons: Io, Europa, Ganymede, and Callisto. Each of them can eclipse the sun. But here's the twist. The sun looks tiny from Jupiter, only about a quarter the size we see on Earth. So when those giant moons cross in front of it, the eclipse is fast but dramatic. Imagine standing on Jupiter's cloud tops, watching a huge black circle sweep across a tiny sun in seconds. Multiply that by 4 moons, and you've got eclipse after eclipse after eclipse. Saturn is even more surreal. With over 80 moons, Saturn experiences eclipses constantly. But picture this. A shadow falling across its shimmering rings, casting waves of darkness and light. If you were floating above Saturn, you'd see the rings dim, ripple, and then flare back into brilliance as the eclipse ended. It's a cosmic light show unlike anything we can imagine on Earth. On Uranus, the sun is even smaller, a pale star in the distance. Its moons can still pass in front of it, but the real strangeness comes from Uranus itself. Tilted on its side, its poles face the sun for decades. Imagine standing on Uranus and waiting years for the moment when a moon drifts across that tiny, faraway disk of light. It would feel less like an eclipse, and more like a rare cosmic accident. Finally, we arrive at Neptune, the frozen giant. The sun here is barely more than a bright star. Its moons, like Triton, can eclipse it, but the event would look nothing like what we know. Instead of day turning into night, the starry sky would flicker for a moment as the sun winked out, a blink in the void. A solar eclipse at the edge of darkness, and beyond Neptune? Pluto. Yes, a dwarf planet, but let's not leave it out. The sun is just a tiny dot in the sky, smaller than our moon appears from Earth. When Pluto's moon Charon crosses in front of it, it's not an eclipse, it's a star disappearing. A small light snuffed out by a shadow drifting across infinity. So, what does a solar eclipse look like on each planet? On some worlds it's impossible, on others it's a fleeting shadow. And here on Earth, it's perfect. A delicate cosmic balance that may be unique in the universe. The next time you see the sun vanish behind our moon, remember, it might just be the most extraordinary eclipse anywhere in the solar system.